I was recently asked if Therians fall under the LGBT label, which they don't because therianthropy is not a gender or sexuality, but someone raised an interesting question. They said that their therianthropy is so closely connected to their gender identity that the two are inseparable, so they consider their therianthropy a part of their LGBT identity. Now, this is very true. Therianthropy can be a very gender-affirming experience. In fact, it is for me too. Since being a Therian is so connected to your sense of internal being and identity, it makes sense that your other descriptors, such as gender identity or sexuality, could be tied into being a Therian. But even if your gender is affected by your therianthropy or your therianthropy affects your gender, that doesn't necessarily mean it is a part of the LGBT community. See, the LGBT community has a lot of different labels in history, and a lot of that history does involve things such as therianthropy or at least animalistic kind of behaviors. But therianthropy doesn't have to connect to your gender, and for a lot of people it doesn't, so technically that really wouldn't make it just outright LGBT. Because LGBTQ is obviously gender and sexuality, and therianthropy isn't a gender or sexuality, so for most people it would not fall under the LGBT label. But it is completely fine and valid for your therianthropy to connect to your gender identity or sexuality. But that doesn't make therianthropy itself LGBTQ.